Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are here, David Cantrell and Fred Arnold, KHTS, AM 1220 and FM 98.1, your hometown station. So, Fred, let's talk about buying. You gave an example of, kind of the $500,000 house and things like that. But what I've heard as a loan officer is that the jumbo money has been drying up lately. So not a lot of jumbo lenders out there want to take the risk with what's going on. So if somebody wants to buy that, that even now people are still talking about, moving up a little bit, and because they want to take this opportunity too. Is there a move up still around and still available? Is that money out there?
Yeah, it certainly is, Dave. Thanks for asking. Jumbo money. Jumbo money is typically anything above, in Southern California.
Right.
Anything above LA County 765 and some change, okay? So if you get a loan above 765, that market's dried up. There's not a lot of lenders lending that money.
Right.
One thing we did, about 25 years ago, is we diversified to small financial institutions, small banks and credit unions. Well, we sell our loans to them and they hold it onto their books.
Right.
And they love these loans. One, they're good consumers. Two, they'll do it on a 10-year fix. Now, it's a variable, but it doesn't change for 10 years.
Right.
That's a decade long. And full disclosure, I've got the last 3 loans I've had are 10-year fixes because I will move, refinance, or sell within 10 years. Right. And so they love these loans. So they're happy to do these loans. And I'll give you a couple examples. One is a client in Redondo Beach. They lived in Valencia. Okay. Kids went to, I think, Valencia High. Great family, love it here, and they just wanted to change. So they're going to keep their house. Mm-hmm. They're going to keep their house in Valencia. Okay. So we did a cash-out refinance. We had to do that as an investment property because they're going to buy a new one. Mm-hmm. So they did a cash-out on that really good interest rate. And then they saved their money. And then when COVID hit, boy, they had the great timing to get into the market because they had probably made offers for 6 months. Wow. And kept getting outbid and outbid and outbid. Well, when the coronavirus hit and the lockdown happened, if you will, the stay at home, nobody was bidding on homes. So they'd seen the home before they got in. They were able to put 20% down and get a loan for $1 million with a local financial institution. Mm-hmm. It worked out fantastic, and they were locked out of that home buying process because so many people were bidding on property, and now they're not. So they moved out to Redondo Beach. Good for them. They kept their house in Valencia because they go, hey, you never know, we might come back. Right. They love Valencia. But they wanted to have a new adventure. Right. Isn't life about adventures?
Absolutely.
And so good for them. I have one other.
Before you move on, though, I did want to make one more point that you said that jumbo money has dried up, but we were able to get this done because of the credit union relationships that we have, right?
Yeah, that and small banking institutions.
Right. So,
yes.
We're
not talking about the big cartel. We're talking about the small banks. Yeah. They put them on their books.
Yeah, that's an important point that, even though some of that money has dried up, we do have those relationships. So
absolutely.
We're able to get those things done.
Absolutely, Dave.
Is there another example you got for me?
Yeah, well, one other. It was a veterinarian. Okay. In Ventura County. She called me one time and says, well, I'm going to go with the person that was recommended. Mm-hmm. And they were recommended to me by their CPA. And no problem. They called me back about a month ago, and they go, Fred, looks like all the jumbo money's gone. Can you help me out? Right. And they were actually selling their home in the Santa Paula area, that area, for good money. Had a nice house, and they were going to get $150,000 now. They had saved $150,000, and these are borrowers in their 40s, seasoned veterinarian and engineer, great jobs, but they couldn't find the money anywhere. They had this one dream home they had. Mm-hmm. It was a new construction home because their house had previously burnt down, and the builders, the investors in this home were brilliant. So what they did is they built a single-family house, but now the state of California allows you to add an ADU, auxiliary dwelling unit. Okay. So before you can have a little cabana, but no shower and no kitchenette because that's a 2-unit property. Right. State of California passed a law because of a housing crisis. Right. And now you can actually convert your house now, or you can add a auxiliary dwelling unit. So they built a brand new house, beautiful home, and put an ADU on it. $1.5 million house. It was listed for sale for, I think, $1.65 million or something like that. And they got it for $1.5 million because everybody stopped bidding on it because of what's going on.
Right, exactly.
So we designed a product that was $1 million first. So they got $1 million first. They put $300,000 down. So the gap between $1 million and $1.5 million after they put the $300,000 down was 200 grand.
Right.
We got a bank to do a second loan.
Okay.
Because seconds are very common.
Okay.
On a variable. And we got them into the property. Now, their payment was quite high. It ended up being, but it's low relatively speaking because rates have dropped.
Right, of course.
Their payment for everything ended up being about $7,000.
Okay.
A lot of money.
Yes.
But because they have the ADU, the little one-bedroom unit,
Right.
they were able to rent that for $2,500.
Wow.
So their let's just say $7,500 house payment
Right.
with all in is now $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Exactly. And the ADU is attached to their garage, so it's a separate entrance, separate everything. Right now is a great opportunity to buy a home. Right now is a great opportunity to be creative.
Right.
No matter what the situation is, and I know we're going to jump to a quick break, and I want to show how you can refinance your current house and convert one of the units into
Right.
cash flow for you.
Okay.
Because that's how you build wealth, Dave. You build wealth. Think about this. Where in the world can you put $100 grand down on a $500,000 home or investment?
Right.
And make $25,000 a year if your house goes up by 5%. That's a 25% return on your money.
Right. That's
Every year.
fantastic. Yeah. And it's really the way that people really build wealth.
Yeah.
You know, is through real estate and through those types of things.
Yeah,
So-
and we want to make it encouraging for young, because
Yeah.
this is for you.
Right.
You know, these concepts are for you, but also for those who want to move up. So we're going to jump to a quick break. And
Okay.
when we come back, we're going to talk about how you can take a little bit of money out of your house or 401k and convert your home into some cash flow, even still while living there. You're listening to and watching online AM 1220 and FM 98.1 KHTS.